Oh man. Okay. Am I live now? I thought I was live for a minute. I forgot to hit go live. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Good morning, Grace, wherever you are. I don't know why it does that. It's weird. I have to like, even if I click start stream, I have to go in and click go live like manually. Well, anyway. Good morning, Grace. Good morning, stream. We're going to pick up Memphis right where we left off, November 1st. Which I was just saying to nobody because I wasn't live, but it's crazy that we're already to November and we started all the way. We've watched this entire year in like a couple months, it seems like. Oh my gosh. Grace is probably in the RV or the studio. That's a good bet. Oh my God, Rob Feinstein. I was so pissed off about that one, like especially because Ring of Honor was finally like getting some momentum. They were working with TNA, like they were doing talent swaps with TNA, and that deal with Feinstein like shook the whole thing up and fucked it over. But it ended up with it being sold to Kerry Silkin, which I think is probably a good idea long term. What's up, Dave's channel? Wow. Oh, I did find. Hang on a second. It might take me just a second to get the right thing here. I found a stream in my Thorpe TV archive, and I don't know for sure, but I think it might be the skinny dipping stream. It's 5 hours long. Rob popped up on Raw in the background like recently. Sorry, bear with me for just a second. Then we can get all this preliminary stuff out of the way. Okay, let's fast. I just want to show you something real quick of this weird atmosphere during this.
Time, yeah. I don't think they put a 13-year-old behind bars. No, like even juvie. You know, something. Nah, or something like that. It's just.
It's so funny though.
I mean, it's not like a crime, really. It's.
I know when I watched Courtney's old stream.
Here's Ben, Grace, and OPC out on the dock.
Oh, right.
So the only thing you could see was promoted.
Right.
And it kind of ruins it. And so I thought all those videos that.
I completely forgot that I had it. Anyway, I'm not trying to get all wrapped up in it, but I just wanted to show you that I did do some work and look through the archive and found some stuff. I also I've got the complete Ben arrest footage, or the Ben arrest stream, like the unedited version of it. I've got the stream, oh shoot, I can't remember what happened in it, but there was like a, you remember that guy that comes on to Ben and Grace sometimes and he's got like he wears the cross on his face? He had a crazy exchange with another dude, like randomly in the middle of a stream. One of the craziest, like, most aggressive Thorpe TV moments ever. But I don't know if I could actually, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could stream it and find out sometime. Anyway, that's it. I just want to let you know I found some Thorpe TV full stream, so even if the archives stay down, we can do some reviews coming up. But anyway, let's cut into wrestling. Let's go into Memphis. November 1st, 1986. Championship Wrestling, CWA Championship Wrestling, as it would have been seen by the Evansville, Indiana crowd. Let's go.
Russell with Dave Brown right along ringside. And as usual, we are ready for another big week of championship wrestling. Good day today, David.
Oh, I tell you, listen to the opening match we've got today. We got the Japanese coming in here. Sato, Gooto, Tojo Yamamoto, always a tough team. Today they're going against Excitement Incorporated. Rick McCord and John Paul. That's just the opening match. That'd be a great main event anywhere around. And then after that, we have Pat Tanaka and Tracy Smothers coming in. Jeff Jarrett will be wrestling today as a single. Big Bubba, that big guy, 407 pounds, will be in a single match. He'll be in a handicap match, actually. Later on, brand new tag team, the Animals, will be here, but that's not all. 6-man tag team action coming up today. On one side of the ring, the Memphis Vice and Bubba Monroe.
Yeah, Showtime. A subscription allows you to watch a full season of wrestling. Yeah, I don't know how it works now with Netflix, but it used to be you could go on Peacock and they would have like, you couldn't watch every season of every show, but like Raw, SmackDown, Nitro, I think all the main ECW TV shows are up, not like the arena, not all the arena shows are up, but you can definitely watch like all the old Raws. I'm trying to think. I think Max has a lot of the old AEW now, if you want to try to get into that. And then, of course, there's a lot of independent promotions on YouTube that post all their shows. So, I mean, it just depends.
On the other side, it will be...
Crowd is hot today already.
David Haskins, the Giant Hillbilly, and...
If you're wanting to watch start to finish, then yeah, probably Peacock for like mainstream wrestling. But if you just want like a flavor of it, the WWE Vault channel has like tons of shit.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, yeah, supercalifragilistic. That's what we used to say, or something like that.
Wow.
What do you say we take time out, get ready for the opening bout? We'll be back, ready to go in.
I like the Vault because they do premieres, so you can watch shit live with other people, and like the chat's really active, and I don't know, it's just more interesting, I think, to watch it with a group of people. I mean, obviously, since that's what I do every morning.
Manager Tojo Yamamoto and his kendo stick. Akio Sato, Tarzan.
They did kind of turn Excitement Incorporated into jobbers pretty quick, I feel like. They had a little bit of a push at the beginning, or maybe I was just imagining. It seemed like they were going to maybe do something, and then they just nothing.
Gooto going against them. It's Excitement Incorporated, starting for that team, Rick McCord out of Salem, Virginia, and back in the corner, his partner, John Paul.
What a dandy to open up with, and the international tag champions, Sato and Gooto, going against a very, very fine young team of Excitement Incorporated. McCord and Paul cover on Gooto, but it didn't last long. Much too fresh to get that 1, 2, 3. There's a tag on the bigger John Paul out of Minneapolis. Yeah, with a backdrop. Gooto down on the deck. And Gooto still, he is deceptive, Dave. He doesn't look that big and strong. He just doesn't have that classic muscle man body. But this Gooto is strong and tough.
He's a powerhouse, no doubt about it. This guy here, very athletic. He's the more pure athlete of the two.
No question.
He's got a good slam.
Flying through the air there as John Paul picked him up and body slammed him. Sato and Gooto. In the entire time that they've been around here, very few teams have beaten them. Nobody has had an easy time with them.
Paul, just a pure, big, strong athlete. He's a good boy. Oh, how about that? Gooto was coming in, going to nail him.
I listen to like the Millionaires and Famous Twins.
With a clothesline or something.
Whoops.
Paul beat him to it. Went to the standing side headlock on him. Sato climbs up on the ropes, and the referee says, down, boy.
Oh, yikes.
He was going to backdrop him off there, and Paul was able to catch him with a knee. It dumped them both down.
Yeah, I think
Caught him with a
Carson
knee.
Gooto telegraphed the move, and John Paul was able to counter. He did it again. He saw him flying through the air with the elbow out, and he was able to move. He's over to the corner. The tag on Rick McCord. Young man out of Salem, Virginia, who's come a long way himself in the last year and a half. Good one. He puts Gooto down and covers. Got a 2 count.
See Rick get that extra little spring off the rope as he came flying in there with that big flying forearm. Drops with an elbow. Covers, gets a 1.
This is a pretty good
Boy,
match.
they are going for the pin quick.
They are.
Aren't they? I mean, immediately.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's interesting. Certainly an interesting tactic. You think about, normally what you're going to do is soften a guy up and get him where you can go for a 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
Excitement Incorporated started right out going for a pin, and who knows? Lightning may strike, and you get a quick 1, 2, 3, and that's it. McCord again, 1 with the legs, but he got 1.5, and that was it.
I'll tell you something else they've been able to do, and I almost hate to bring it up, but they've been able to work over closer to their half of the ring. That is away from Tojo Yamamoto and a kendo stick outside.
Good point, my boy. There's a tag on John Paul.
What?
Nice exchange, but Gooto catches.
Good point, my boy. Supercalifragilistic, and then good point, my boy. Is Lance Russell trying out new catchphrases?
Him in the midsection, or rather Sato. Tag on Gooto, head down, drives the midsection, and now pounds him on the back of the neck. Look at the exchanges in this match, Dave.
In and out. Both teams.
Like, literally the only reason I was able to watch wrestling when I was a kid was because my parents saw the segments where, like, Hogan had the cross on and was talking about, like, you know, saying your prayers and eating your vitamins. Like, I really lucked out that Hogan had that kind of a gimmick.
There's a double team by the Japanese, and here comes Rick McCord. We got all 4 of them in there now. Referee trying to...
I've never heard Lance Russell say, good point, my boy.
Sort the action out. Get it back to 1 against 1. McCord, even Gooto
Did you see McCord trying to do like a walking abdominal stretch?
tangled up in the corner. John Paul works on Akio Sato. Look out.
Got a boost from Dolly. Who didn't?
Tojo Yamamoto is up on the ring.
Here we go.
And
Oh, look at that.
John
Look at that. He's up on the apron trying to help his guy. Goto had something in his eye. He's coming over to help him. Here comes Paul to try to attack a manager. Paul trips, falls into Tojo Yamamoto, who has his cane because he can't walk without it. He runs into the cane. Now he's pretending, and now he's faking an injury. I mean, this is too much.
John Paul with a kendo stick as he's coming across the ring.
He got him.
Down 3.
Tojo sticks not his nose, but his kendo stick in there. While the
come
referee
on.
was over trying to get McCord and Gooto, who were tied up. McCord had an abdominal stretch on him. Yamamoto shoots the kendo stick, the butt end of it, right into the throat of John.
All Tojo is trying to do is just come do his job. He's just trying to feed his family. He can barely walk. He's got to have that cane with him all the time. And all these baby faces keep going after him. Like, if Rick McCord and whoever Paul would have paid attention to the match instead of paying attention to Tojo Yamamoto, they very well may have won this match.
John Paul in a 1, 2, 3. And the victory goes in
3 minutes, 54 seconds.
3 minutes, 54 seconds. The winners, Sato and Gooto. We got another...
They booked them pretty strong, I feel, there, McCord and Paul. I mean, they handled a lot of the offense. We didn't get to see, the crazy offense from the Japanese guys like we normally do. So I think they booked them strong. It kind of did come off like they needed to cheat.
report from,
Maybe they're having, I don't know, but maybe they're having second thoughts about them as jobbers, or they just figured like, hey, these guys have lost a lot lately. Like, let's give him a little bit of shine by letting him get kind of a hand up on these guys. But in normal situation, I mean, 100% they should have beat him. But you also have to remember that heels don't always cheat because they have to. Like, maybe he wanted to.
Already taking a look at this thing, and I was really pleased to see the progress of Paul Diamond. Let's see how Paul, the young Canadian's getting along after his leg was cracked by the Japanese. Take a look.
Here I am standing today. That's right, Tojo. Standing on my own 2 feet.
I almost made Paul Diamond in this segment the thumbnail, but then that Jerry Lawler in the denim jacket was too much.
No longer cooped up in my hospital room, no longer in bed. And you know what? Look at the smile on my face. It's good news, Tojo. I went to see my doctor today. He checked it out. He x-rayed the leg. He said the bone is healed. The cast is ready to come off. I've been working hard.
We need Destiny to pop in and ask him to provide his medical records to prove that leg injury is legitimate.
Your days are numbered, Tojo. There's a reservation for 3 in a hospital for all 3 of you geeks, because you're going to pay for what you did to Paul Diamond. I'm coming back. I'm coming after you.
If I had been a millionaire, like a multimillionaire back in the 80s, I would have hired Paul Diamond and made him the lead in a series of, like, American Ninja type movies. You know what I mean? I feel like he'd be good at that. Now look, he's just hanging out. He's trying to help his guy. He's worried about the safety of his athletes. You can see it right there. He just his guy just collapses. He's having serious health problems, and then of course here he comes to attack the manager, who's just minding his own business, and runs right into the man's mobility assist device.
Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum, 6 outstanding matches of championship wrestling, including an international tag title match in which the champions, Akio Sato and Tarzan Goto, will be defending it.
So we're up. We were at 6, then we went down to 5. Now we're back to 6. He's already, I don't know if he does or not. He's already been out with the camouflage stuff on. I don't know if he'll go back to it or not.
Against Jeff Jarrett and his new partner, a former international champion, Billy Travis, coming in to go for the...
Oh, well, there you go. We've got another guy we haven't seen for a while. Ever since he did that angle, remember that weird father-son mentor angle with Frank Morrell? And it kind of slowed all of Billy Travis's progress down. Looks like he's coming back.
Those tag titles, Tojo.
What is this idea that the retarded Jeff Jarrett go out and get this Bill Travis? Well, Bill Travis is now, actually Jeff Jarrett is hiding behind Bill Travis. See, Jeff Jarrett cannot do the job. Jerry Jarrett, he hides behind his daddy. He hides behind Lawler. He hides behind Richard. He hides behind Austin Idol. Jeff Jarrett will never succeed as long as me and my boys is going to be against him. I tell you what, Jeff Jarrett, you're going to get a...
EFD 306. Can you imagine EFD saying that to like Jeremy? That's the bottom line, man. I can't do EFD. I've tried to do EFD's voice. I can't do it.
Speaking of your life with Billy Travis. Oh, Akio, Billy Travis, 誰だそれこれやろう。聞いたことねえよそんな名前のやつ。何がビルトライバーしてあんまゴールまではいいよ、ゴールまでは俺たち勝ってよ絶対これやろう。
I heard what he said. I don't know what it was, but I tell you, Wednesday night, somebody will be there that can understand you. Dirty Rhodes, Jerry Lawler, the cowbell match. Boy, this is some kind of dangerous scoundrel.
Lance Russell, this night.
Where's Pont Flair at? He's missing out.
Not a cowbell match. It's a Texas bull rope match. It's a bull rope. You put this on a 1,000-pound bull and you get on there and hold on. Lawler, Wednesday night, brother, that's what you're going to have to do. When they strap this to my wrist and strap that to your wrist, you're going to have to hold on, boy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to take this cowbell, and where you hit me with that bottle, I'm going to bust this bell right across the top of your head. And if you think I left you in a bloody situation last week, brother, in a hospital elimination match, Wednesday night, when I got this tied to your wrist, and I can take this 10-pound cowbell, that's what I ought to slap you with it.
Man, how cool would it be to know you were going to the show that week? Like the Evansville shows were on Wednesdays, it sounds like, and you knew you were gonna see Jerry Lawler against Dirty Rhodes in a fucking Texas bull rope match. That'd be so awesome.
But I'm gonna reserve that to Wednesday night, Lawler. You are my target, brother, right between your eyes. Here it comes.
Well, we're gonna see that coming up Wednesday night, Coliseum.
Be there.
Ready, ready to go.
Oh, here we go. So we've got the two flunkies, right? The Fire and Flame and the Torch flunkies against Hawaiian Pat Tanaka and Tracy Smothers.
Standing in the ring, the former Flame and Torch, Don Bass and Larry Wright, waiting for their opponents. And boy, this is another dandy, Dave. We opened up with an excellent tag match with Excitement Incorporated, McCord and Paul going against Sato and Goto. Coming out right now, the opposition, Tracy and Pat.
Look at that guy.
Tracy Smothers leading the way. Pat Tanaka right behind him as they're up on the apron now, ready for a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Pat Tanaka out of Hawaii, Tracy Smothers out of Springfield, Tennessee, and across the way, both out of Arkansas.
Like, it's just not the same going to, like, when I went to WWF house shows, they came to, like, one of maybe, like, a handful of places within, like, a few hours drive, and then, like, or a couple hours drive, and then you'd have to, like, when you got there, it was just, like, a random house show. So it wasn't like there was no stories. There were very rarely any promos, aside from if, like, the Genius or Rick Rude were there. Like, it was just kind of, it wasn't the same. Like, I have great memories of going, and I'm glad I got to see some of those guys wrestle, but it would just be different to me when you're like, when you're going week after week or even like monthly, and there's like an ongoing storylines that like you're seeing play out live.
We've already mentioned the former Flame and Torch, Don.
Hey, Eddie, how's it going?
Bass and Larry Wright. Their combined weight, 602 pounds.
Is Larry Wright any relation to Ron Wright?
This match one fall, 10-minute time limit. And let's see. Looks like it's going to be Tracy Smothers starting against Don Bass.
Tracy starting out with a top wrist lock put on by Bass, a nice reversal into a hammer.
Bass complaining to the referee about something. I don't know what he was talking about. Tracy backed away, sets, back into action. Don Bass wrapping his right arm, his left arm.
I hope the, I don't know. Have we seen like the secondary version of this group with just these two guys in a tag team match without Dirty Rhodes? I don't know if they're booked as strong as Dirty is.
Arm up, tried to put it in the hammer position. Nice reversal by Tracy Smothers, and Bass heads for the rope, leans in between them.
To me, the combined weight thing just kind of like re-emphasizes like, hey, this is a special, like this is a unique match. Like, add something to a tag team match.
And the referee says, break the hold.
One thing about a guy like Bass is, and this is true of many of the fellows with experience that have been around a while, Dirty Rhodes the same way. That experience will tell them how to get out and how to set up a lot of things. Beautiful drop kick.
Which one, Nutty? Like I don't remember if there's one in 4 and 5. I think he stops the 1 in 5 maybe, or 4 or 5. He stops one of them before it can happen. But yeah, the 1 in 2 is nuts. That's the one that they ended up cutting like several minutes out of for the theatrical version.
That's just pure athletic ability, but Bass kicks his way.
This shirt, that's like it's just like a basic shirt.
Out of it, rolls Tracy off.
Shout out Stan Hansen. I love Stan Hansen. Hey, you know what else? Speaking of Stan Hansen, we were talking about finding old like DVD compilations that people had uploaded online. I found a 4-hour compilation of Terry Gordy and Dr. Death Steve William tag team matches in Japan.
Off, and the beat goes on. Don Bass, Larry Wright against Tracy Smothers, Pat Tanaka.
And Stan Hansen is in at least one of those matches, because when I was scanning through to see what some of the matchups were, there was a crazy-ass brawl with Stan Hansen.
You know, a team we didn't see together very much,
Wally
Dave, but I
George,
really like the looks of was when Tracy and Paul Diamond were working together.
Absolutely. They did look good, and then, of course, Paul had the leg injury.
I got to write it down so I don't forget.
Whoa, look at this.
Good night. held him up there, steadied him, and slammed him right down on the mat. And that is no easy task when you're dealing with a genuine super heavyweight like Don Bass. Tag on Larry Wright.
So Larry Wright is not related to Ron Wright.
Tag on Pat Tanaka.
Ron Wright, I don't even think I've ever seen a match of his whenever he was younger. But his stuff in Smoky Mountain, he was such a great heel. Like, he's one of my all-time favorite heels just from that run in Smoky Mountain alone.
Don Bass comes in with an official weight of 301. If anything, that's a couple of pounds light.
Pat Tanaka, over 200 pounds, by the way.
Yes.
He's a big one. Pat Tanaka in. Pat's giving away a lot of weight, too, to this big guy, Larry Wright. Look at it.
I loved it. You see him start to go under with the arm. Totally had Larry Wright faked off and then caught him with that back kick. Bang! Again, right on the chin.
Larry Wright, he heads for the ropes to keep Tanaka off of him. Tanaka with a couple of good chops and another back kick. And Pat Tanaka looking.
Early and mid-2000s were like that era of indie wrestling where there were a million memorial shows and like there was a thinking by indie promoters that you needed like a shit ton of matches on the card or you wanted to get everybody on the card. I remember going to some shows that just went on for fucking ever.
Good.
And they didn't do it like they did back in the old days. Like even in Memphis here a lot of the times they'll put the actual main event in the middle of the show. And like that, you know, you'd have to sit through 500 opening card matches on some of the indies I went to before you got to the people you knew who they were.
In his first official appearance in the match. 2 minutes, 18 seconds gone.
Cornette and David Flair versus Jerry and Christopher Lawler.
And this one fall 10-minute time limit.
What a classy youngster out of Hawaii he is. He really knows.
That had to be recorded, right? I would think in 2003 for a card like that, they probably recorded it. I bet it's on YouTube or somehow.
His martial arts. Side mare takes him over and down. Oh, he's out of the way though, Larry. You got to be quicker than that. How about that chop? And again, Tanaka.
I'll write that down too.
Back to the corner. Larry Wright makes the tag on Don Bass. So quick. Beautiful. Tag on Trace.
Tracy dropped down on that upper left arm off the second rope. Real pressure there. Bass phased by it only momentarily, though, goes to work on Tracy. He hammered him across the back of the neck pretty good there. Got him back in the turnbuckles now. Now you can see it. He's hitting him with his fist. Referee trying to step in between him. Tracy got...
I got to switch strains already. This one isn't vibing with the Larry Wright.
Back to the corner there. He went through Don Bass's legs. He got the tag on Pat Tanaka.
Oh, my God. He's just beating
all four of them battling.
Yep.
Tanaka and
You know what else I watched last night after I finished all the Death Wish movies? I watched, I reviewed it a long time ago, so I don't have to do a video for it, but it was that 10 to Midnight where Charles Bronson's chasing down the guy who's the serial killer that's always naked. And he finds this weird fucking thing in the guy's house, and it looks like a pocket mouth, right? Like instead of a pocket pussy, a pocket mouth. Looks like a pocket mouth attached to like a hair dryer. And he brings it out like during the interrogation scene, and he's like, "What's this for? What do you use this for, pal? This is for jacking off." And like the people were like, the other cops were like all panicked, and they were like, "I can't believe you'd bring up what he's masturbating."
Bass are the two legal men in the ring. Tracy Smothers working on Larry Wright. Look out. It's the Ninja throwing some kind of powder.
Looks like
salt. Eyes.
Yeah. 2, 3.
Well, let's get it. Well, it did look like salt. Whatever it was, it hit Pat Tanaka full force in the eyes. Don Bass covered him for the 3 count. 3 minutes, 51 seconds the time on it, and the teams of Don Bass and Larry Wright are going to walk out of here with a victory. But take a look again at how it happened. As you can see, Tracy was working on Larry Wright, and there you can
How's it going, Michael Myers?
see the powder flying as the Ninja was right up on ringside, and that's the way it ended up. Here's Pat right now.
Well, he did it again.
Let me tell you something, Ninja. Boy, I tell you, you're a phony. You tell everybody you know that karate and martial arts. Well, you know I know it. And you tell everybody and lie about it. Well, I'm getting sick and tired of it. Next time you're in the ring with me, I'm going to knock your head off.
Okay, Pat Tanaka, and I cannot blame him. The Ninja has been a thorn in his side. And today he comes in there while the referee was involved in another part of the ring. Ninja jumps up there as he was held by Don
I bet Pat Tanaka wouldn't be talking so much shit if Tito Santana was there.
Bass Bing, the Salt 1, 2, 3. And there
Tito would lock up these rats and really change the game.
goes another match. Thank you, Ninja. That's a Yamamoto. Chalk that one down. The Ninja. Chalk that one down.
Right.
So the Ninja coming back out. And we're going to go right ahead and stay here and get into our next match as Jeff Jarrett will be going in against the Ninja and the Big Ninja. And he is a large one.
Also, since we have a moment, and I did a Boyd Watch episode about him this morning, we'll give a free plug to
Yeah, he comes in at about
Cooper's
243
Townhouse.
out of the far east. He's very tall, and you mentioned Tojo Yamamoto. He has now made his way out to ringside.
this match brought to you by Cooper's Townhouse.
He will be there managing the Ninja.
Yeah, well,
Use code FUSION to skip to the front of the karaoke line.
you know, I wouldn't care if that's what he was out there for.
He's pretty terrible on the microphone, Pat Tanaka, in my opinion. I mean, he's a baby face, so I guess he doesn't. It's just what he's just kind of bland, but I don't care for him on the mic.
But Yamamoto does far more things than just manage Sato and Goto and the Ninja and so forth. We're about ready for the introductions, David.
One fall, 10-minute time limit. The Ninjas from the far east at 243 and out of Nashville, Tennessee at 190 pounds. It is Jeff Jarrett. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
I did a Boyd Watch video about Cooper's, and I don't know if you've seen the one where the guy, it's like an old guy. I can't remember what song he's singing, but he keeps dropping F-bombs into it. And he'll be like really quiet for part of it, and then he just like screams this gravelly, profane type of singing.
I hear you, Tojo. I don't think we're going to
Ring lizards, roof rats.
have much luck at that, though. Tojo is requesting that the crowd be quiet during the match. Good luck.
That's another excellent way to get heat anywhere. You could do that if you're a panel hopper. Like when you first get on somebody's panel, if you say like, hey, I just wanted to take a second here and let everybody know that, you know, I don't know how things run here, but when I'm talking, I don't want to hear anybody else on the panel interrupting me. You know, show me the respect that I deserve while I'm on this panel, or frankly, I'm just going to leave. And then that'll pretty much get you like a good amount of heat right off the bat.
Luck.
Tojo, get over there and sit down. Good night. Up in the ring, Jeff Jarrett on a side headlock is fired across the ring, but he catches the Ninja, puts him down over the top. Reverse. Hip toss. With an arm drag, the Ninja is down. No way the Ninja can match the quickness of Jeff Jarrett. And I feel the same way about Tanaka. There's no way that the Ninja can match the quickness of Pat Tanaka. Jeff hanging on to the arm bar. He's uptight. He's under the elbow and over the shoulder. So he's got a good, solid arm bar on him. But the Ninja takes him over to the ropes. And a clothesline. Just not as agile in changing directions as Jeff is, and he got caught coming off the ropes.
You know,
And then like the first time after you make that big proclamation and everybody already hates you, there'll for sure be somebody on the panel who'll try to white knight and come after you. And as soon as that person talks, you just give them like the Conor McGregor of being like, who the fuck is this guy? Who's this loser? Who's this idiot talking?
if it were just
Or you can give them the jerky boys, and that'll make them really mad too, of asking them like, speak up. Be like, you know, speak up, asshole. I can barely hear you. Speak into your microphone.
Two of them out here. I'd have to give the edge just on pure athletic ability to Jeff Jarrett. But there, remember, is Tojo Yamamoto standing out here at ringside, and Jeff is having to keep that in the back of his mind, too.
Oh, yeah, and he certainly has a personal resentment against Yamamoto. So he does have it in his mind, and that's not a healthy situation whenever you're in the ring. You need full concentration on who you're going against.
Oh, boy.
Jeff has picked up
oh, man, I had to pause it for that one. That was pretty...
up some solid weight since he started, Dave. Slowly but surely, that working out as consistently as he does in the gym is paying off. He had it, and we've said it a lot of times. I guess you're tired of hearing it, but the kid has great natural athletic ability. He was not blessed with being 6'6" and 265 pounds.
I feel like this has to be the Ninja, right? I feel like we've seen Jeff enough at this point to where he's solid. He's not really I haven't seen him botch a lot of spots, certainly not this badly. But I think this got to be the Ninja's fault.
But, brother, he really uses...
Hey, Backwoods Squatch.
...speed. He's working out very, very hard, and he's putting on some weight, and he will take care of himself with anybody in there. Ninja chops away on the ropes. The referee telling him to back up. Jeff down on his knees.
Jeff tried to monkey flip Ninja out of the corner over there a moment ago, and the Ninja hung on. Jeff didn't get a good flip, and it looked like it slowed him down a little bit. Ninja landed, looked like on his head, on Jeff's head.
This guy's the shit.
Not too slow, though. Jeff gets out of the way as the Ninja is going to drop down with that big right hand, and Jeff Jarrett coming back.
Watch Tojo. He's edging around down that ring and bouncing that kendo stick around. Here he comes. Look at him. He's up on the edge of the ring. Yamamoto. And the referee has him. Big elbow from Jeff. As he turns Ninja around.
Oh, come on.
Turnabout is fair play. I don't care how you look at it, particularly here. And Jeff with a leg hook. 1, 2, 3.
God damn it.
Looks like Pat Tanaka
What's up, Brosh?
found the box of salt. And he said, you cost me a match, I'm going to cost you this one. And he did it to the Ninja. Jeff Jarrett gets the win. The count of 3, 3-13 the time.
Look at Yamamoto, molded and groated as one of his kind of tricks backfired on him. We'll take time out. Be back in a moment. In the near future, Thursday, November the 6th at...
I don't think I know much about Tony Burton.
Vincennes, Indiana, Rivet High
I've been to a show in Vincennes before at the Armory.
School. It's going to be sponsored by the radio station WAOV. Tickets on sale at the radio cell.
I saw James Gibson, the guy who was Jamie Noble in WWE or whatever it was at the time. Whenever he left there and was doing like an indie tour with like a Dukes of Hazzard type gimmick, I saw him wrestle in Vincennes.
And the audio and video and feedback. All right.
Does anyone remember Lex Luger? What?
We're going to be seeing plenty of action Thursday, November the 6th, Vincennes, Indiana. Thursday the 13th, Owensboro, Kentucky at the Davies County High School. And Thursday, November the 20th at Mount Washington, Kentucky at Bullitt East High School. Now, Wednesday night, take a look at all 6 of these matches. Rick McCord goes against Larry Wright. Don Bass against John Paul, the Ninja, and Boy Tony against Pat Tanaka and Pat Rose. Mid-America title against the international title with Tracy Smothers going against Big Bubba. And then the international tag title match with Sato and Gooto defending against Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis. And then finally a bull rope match. Jerry Lawler, Dirty Rose going to get it on with that bull rope in between them. Look out for all that action Wednesday night at the Coliseum.
Wow. Hey, I found it. I found the event. If you don't care about this, I'm sorry. I was talking about it, so I wanted to bring it up. So I found the show that was in Vincennes, Indiana. It was May 21st, 2005, and the show was called A Country Boy Can Survive, Vincennes, Indiana. So here's the card. Number one, there was a battle royal to start it off. The second match was Vito Tomaselli versus Thurston Brooks versus Chandler McClure. The third match was Trick Davis versus Josh Abercrombie. The fourth match was James Gibson or Jamie Noble against BJ Whitmer, who we used to chant Blowjob Jesus at for some reason. The fifth match was Tyler Black, who would become Seth Rollins, against Sal Tomaselli, who was a little guy, but he could get like great heat. Jimmy Jacobs against Brandon Tomaselli. And then the seventh match was like a huge multi-man elimination tag team that went on like forever. Because I think some people no-showed the event or something. But anyway, that's who he wrestled. It was James Gibson against BJ Whitmer. You always know at an indie show that like that's somebody that people no showed if you get a battle royal, because they would never book enough people for a battle royal ordinarily. So it's always like an 8-man battle royal and then bring everybody back for like a big something at the end. But that one was crazy. It was actually a pretty decent show. I don't think I ever saw X-Pac at an independent show that I can remember. I don't think so, no. Maybe he was, but I was going to indie shows in like, Vincennes, Indiana. Maybe independent shows in other cities were like, James Gibson was the name on that show. Nobody, I mean, Seth Rollins is the name people will remember now. But at the time, he was Tyler Black, and his gimmick was terrible. He would come out from the back dressed like all emo, and he would have like his hoodie pulled up, and then he would walk out, and when the crowd could see him, he would do this like one-man mosh pit and do this like emo dancing. He was a great wrestler, but like, he wasn't like, he was still just another indie guy at that time. I remember, though, when I knew that he was probably going to make it big is whenever they booked him in the TPI, the Ted Petty Invitational, against AJ Styles. But then, of course, AJ Styles was never actually booked for that show, so that match never happened. But just that they were willing to book him against AJ Styles at the time, I thought was pretty impressive. Do you guys know who BJ Whitmer is? He was a big shot at AEW after his indie run, and like he was Jimmy Jacobs' tag team partner in Ring of Honor. They had a really good tag team run. I don't know that I would say he was a good worker, but he was a really, really hard worker. Like or a great worker. He was definitely a good worker, but like he was really intense, and I think he had some kind of a scandal, a domestic violence scandal or something, and kind of got canceled, I think. But yeah, we'd always chant Blowjob Jesus at him because he just looked like a hillbilly Jesus, or hillbilly Jesus too, people would chant. He was a staple of Ring of Honor for like a time period, and that time period was a lot of when I was going to the live show, so I saw a ton of BJ Whitmer matches.
Tommy Wildfire Rich, always good to see a little video on the former world heavyweight champion. A lot of people forget that, but Tommy did hold the NWA World Heavyweight title and lost it back to Harley Race. Well, I tell you, when this guy comes out calling your name, brother, you better get up and go see what he wants, because we're talking about the international heavyweight title holder,
right.
Big Bubba.
That's right, Lance Russell. I don't know what it is here. Every time, ever since I come here and won.
Like, for a while, there was a big push on the indies. They would do this thing called, I don't know if it's even like a thing people talk about on the indies in America anymore, but it was like strong style, where everybody hit each other hard and high impact moves. And they would do like different indies would do tournaments around all strong style people. BJ Whitmer was always one of the guys in those terms. Like, he was hit super hard, took big crazy bumps a lot of the time.
This international belt, I thought I would be
terrible face, though.
Flooded with mail. I thought the phone would be ringing off a hook. Everybody wanting a shot at this. Well, every day I go out to the box, not one card, not one letter. I check my phone answer machine. There's nothing.
Nothing.
They told me when I came here, these were the roughest, the toughest guys that there are in professional wrestling. Well, they haven't shown me nothing except a bunch of gutless pukes.
Yeah.
Because not one of them has the intestinal fortitude, guts, that is, to come up for a title shot at this belt right here, the international belt. Well, let me tell you something. If Mohammed can't come to the mountain.
Hey, I never had a night in China. Did you guys see, though, that they announced the new season of Dark Side of the Ring? Muhammad Hassan is getting an episode. I'm so excited. What were some of the other stuff? Ludwig Borga, Hell in a Cell. My high brain, I can't remember the other ones.
The mountain's going to go to Muhammad. And let me explain something to you. The first one on my list is going to be Tracy Smothers.
I like it better whenever they say testicular fortitude.
And Tracy, I'm going to humiliate you. I'm going to beat you. And I'm going to take the thing that means the most to you, that little piece of tin around your waist. I'm going to take it away from you. And I'm going to do it in 10 seconds. Because I'm going to humiliate you in front of all your fans. All these pretty little girls that I hear, Tracy Smothers. I'm going to beat you. I want you to watch this ring, because this is just a sampling of what I'm going to do when I get you inside the ring. So what?
Vince Durag, the Vice Dark Side documentary on Vince was awful. It was like a clip show. It didn't even have very much like original content in it. It was all like recycled stuff from other Vice productions, it seemed like to me. You saw Ring of Honor in Rhode Island. I don't remember if I ever went to Rhode Island for Ring of Honor. I know I went to Connecticut, New Jersey. Was it in New Haven? Where did they go? No, I think it was. Is there a place there called? It was Bridgeport, Massachusetts. I feel like I saw a Ring of Honor show at Bridgeport or something. Port.
Watch.
When he says watch, you better watch. Big Bubba, the international heavyweight title holder, with a few words putting down all of the would-be challengers that he says are few and far between. Dave?
The match, though, that I'm most happy that I was there for in Ring of Honor was whenever CM Punk was leaving for WWF or WWE, and he was on like his farewell tour, and everybody was like 1,000% sure he was gonna put over who was the champion at that time? Austin Aries? Was Austin Aries the champion at that time? And they thought for sure he was going to put over the champion on the way out, and instead he won the belt, and then he like held it hostage, and it was a great storyline. But I was at all the shows except one on that arc, and like that was such an amazing run of shows.
It's going to be one full 10-minute time limit.
They already did a Doink the Clown episode, and it was fucking dark, dude. Like beyond dark.
Handicap match. Jim Jameson and Mike Murphy on one side of the ring. They will both be allowed in there at the same time. 435 their total weight, but across the way from Miami, Florida, 6'7", 407, Big Bubba.
I even went to the dollar store before the CM Punk match for the Ring of Honor title, and bought a bunch of streamers so that he could have like give him the Japanese style like streamer entrance.
And boy, is he powerful.
Which people hate because it makes such a big mess.
Down there, listening to him, not talking to him, but listening to him. I was looking at the guy's arms, Dave. They are giant.
You know it.
He just absolutely is so big.
He's got, well, a good strategy by Jameson and Murphy, one on each side of him. But Jameson went in there after him. Murphy stayed back. Look at him, just throwing them and kicking them around the ring. Big Bubba upset that the two of them can't offer more of a challenge.
He's complaining again. Nobody's got the guts to get inside the ring with him, and he says at least these guys got the guts to get in the ring. Big Bubba just waiting for somebody to attack. Two. No, that doesn't work either. You need to wrestle this guy at...
Oh, man, Brent Albright. I thought he was going to be a huge name in the business, but he never really... I don't think he ever really grew into his potential.
10 feet away from him. If you could do that, you might be able to beat him.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that either. He'd swing.
Great. Great on the indies, though. Great in Ring of Honor.
His arm, and a breeze would be so heavy it'd blow you down.
Murphy and Jameson, they're trying to figure out some way. They both rush him at the same time. Is that the best way? No,
a Shockmaster, Dark Side of the Ring. They could do like a WCW cringe, like who booked this shit type show, maybe.
Just set for the double clothesline.
Like you said, the strategy's good. Sometimes the greatest strategy does not work.
Doesn't work. You're right.
You know who else I thought was going to be a big name from around that time, a little bit earlier maybe, but never really like made it was Mike Elgin. I think he had some personal issues too, but he was like the reincarnation of Rhino. Like he had a crazy run on the indies and then just kind of fizzled out.
Oh, man. How quickly he picks him and just wheels him around. It's like he is a little bitty kid, like he weighs about 60 pounds or something, but you can't. I wish everybody out there had the opportunity to stand beside this guy and just see how really big he is. Big Bubba holds the international heavyweight title. Mike Murphy is still down. Jameson is back down as he fired him across the ring. He's just walking around. The referee says, don't pull the hair. Another slam on Murphy.
Oh, a look back on it, like how they did a whole episode about, what was that called? God damn it. What was it called where they did like, the Brawl for All? We could have a whole GTV episode.
And he's down. Jameson jerked around. He's just playing with him, slapping him across the chest. I don't think he was playing with that one.
Ooh, he hit him with a clothesline. It didn't drop him in his tracks. It knocked him back about 2.5 feet before he fell. Murphy got back on the rope.
Ooh, did you hear that? Some assholes in like the third row with his friend being like, this wrestling's fake. And then he hears that fucking chop and he's like, oh, wait a second. Like, that's the kind of stuff that at least if it doesn't even if it doesn't put a doubt in your mind, when you're at a live show and you hear the impact, like it helps you like suspend your disbelief when you hear like a really big chop or like a punch that hits really solid. Or if they come out to ringside and like right in front of you, they like headbutt and you can hear that like skull on skull.
Just hammered him down. Awesome power.
Decided to use the shoulder.
Bore us, Malenko, as Jericho said.
Jameson
look at this dude,
off
man.
On him, but to no avail, and down he goes out of the ring.
Savvy guy would definitely think that Big Bubba has women he's being pursued by rats with this kind of performance.
Murphy back up on his feet. How long will he stay there?
Yeah, he learned that one from the giant hillbilly.
Good God, man.
Wheeled him straight across that ring, just picked him up and sent him flying about 6 to 8 inches above the mat.
Line of sight.
6 to 8 inches.
Like a line drive.
Boy.
Spicoli on the line.
In the air. Down he goes. Jim Jameson hopped in the middle of it. When he wants it, he will take it, and not before. The referee trying to tell.
I mean, this is a savaging. He's not as brutal as like Joe LeDuc, but he's really like drawing it out and punishing them.
Tell him to quit with the hair and this and that. He just kind of walks around one to the other. Big Bubba. Rather awesome is the word. Look at this. He's got them lined up in the corner, drives them against each other. Jameson falls on his face. Murphy pitched up in the air. By the hair, he grabs Jameson. Now he takes him in the air.
Man.
Presses him, just drops him straight down. And I guess if there's any suspense in it, it's how long he's going to continue to abuse him. Straight down, he drops Murphy on top of Jameson. Sits down on both of them.
How is that a dark side of the ring? Stephanie McMahon's Mafia Milkers were, I mean, otherworldly, in my opinion. During her Brat era, oh my God, forget about it.
1, 2, 3. I don't care whether shoulders are pinned or not. Count it. Save these guys any more abuse.
Jeez, I mean, that was something.
I think Big Bubba, as you pointed out in the match, could have probably gotten a pin anywhere from about 30 seconds on.
Yeah.
He decided to make a demonstration of it, and that he did.
And that he did. We'll take time out. Be back with more.
At that CM Punk Austin Aries match, also, I'm seated next to a pretty, what I was told was a pretty high-level, infamous rat. So there's also that.
Action. We'll be seeing the Animals in just a few moments.
Do you remember the girl? Have you guys seen that WWE video they've got up on demand? It's like they look back at like some tape Bret Hart had. He had a match with this guy, Tom somebody, I think. And it was like the guy was supposed to be really good because he had a great match with Bret. So they signed him, but then he couldn't have a good match with anybody else. The woman that Bret hired to go through his video archives, and the woman that actually found that was the photographer. When I was going to Ring of Honor, she was the photographer for Ring of Honor, and she kind of hung around with, she was like the most informed person about those type of things.
Hey, I think we're back again.
Well, Tracy Smothers didn't bring him up, Boy Tony, so I don't know.
By golly, and I'll tell you what, we've got a brand new team we're going to introduce you to. They're a large one.
No, his name was something. It was like a really neat, it's honestly a good video. You should check it out. It's called like, it was some lost tape. People thought forever that like it had been got lost forever, but Bret Hart had a copy of it in like his personal archive. And then I think her name was Mary Kate or Mary Kay something. She found the tape, and then like now it's a, you know, it's not lost media anymore. But what the fuck was the guy's name? Tom, I'll look it up. Hang on. New team.
We're talking about wrestling out of Portland, Oregon, the Animals. Our first look at them right here, and here they come. Duke Myers, Mike McGuire.
Talk to us.
Oh,
I'll tell you
my
what,
God.
we don't give no interviews. We don't have to give no interviews, okay? We do our talking in the ring. You want to interview somebody?
Oh,
you
boy.
interview these punks after we get finished beating the crap out of them, all right?
Okay, fine. No, we don't. We sure don't insist on an interview. That's for a fact. That was Mike McGuire who was doing the talking while Duke
Whoops.
Myers was.
It's Tom McGee is the guy's name. It's a really, really good, honestly, it's like a really good video.
Busting his head on him. Okay, let's go over to Dave, and we're ready to go up to the ring for the action.
Coming in right now, the Bryant brothers, Randy and Robert. They wrestle out of Bartlett, Tennessee, weigh in at 400.
And in the video that they have of about the tape itself, you get to see the match, obviously, but you also get to hear from everyone involved. They talk to Tom McGee all these years later about it. It's really great, and it's really short, too.
74 pounds. They'll be stepping in here against a couple of big ones at 528 total weight. The Animals. Lance almost talked to him there a minute ago. Duke Myers. Big Duke. He's the one that has very little hair on the top of his head. He has one of the shortest haircuts you'll find anywhere around. And his partner,
God, this team.
Mike McGurk. his partner. Between the two of them, they're the Animals.
Mike McGurk.
Who's going to be starting? Myers started into the action, but now he steps out.
Mike McGurk, wasn't that the name of a ring announcer?
And it is going to be Mike McGurk starting against Randy Bryant.
Randy bounced down off the mat, right off the bat, and then slammed. Back over to the corner, Mike McGurk. Duke Myers holds him from behind. Knee to the midsection. Well, I can tell you right away, having seen these guys never before, this is our first time. They're the clubbing kind. I mean, you're not going to see a lot of Olympic wrestling out of these two.
May not be pretty.
Yeah, that's like the point of, that's kind of the point of the documentary, is that he had that one. Bret Hart got this great match from him that, and I'm not kidding you, like they were saying at the time that Vince thought this guy was the next Hogan based off of that match. It's a crazy story.
But they are rugged, and you're right, I think they're out here for one thing, and that's to get the job done any way they feel like they have to, or maybe want to. Look at Myers slamming him right back. Randy Bryant really taking a hammering over here in the corner.
Myers using that head of his as he butts him, and Randy trying to fire right, get back in the match. But to no avail at this point. His best move would be make a quick, straight beeline to Robert in the corner and get a fresh man in there.
I feel like these guys should, like, I should connect with them. They wrestle a style that I like, but there's just something about them I'm just not, I don't care for it.
Thundering right foot right to the midsection.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Stopped by a McGurk clothesline. Randy Bryant started the match. He's been in there for the full 1 minute 55 seconds. It's gone so far. Robert, his brother, reaching for the tag. I think they got it. Yeah, they did. Robert, the taller of the two. Both of the guys weigh about the same. Robert with a...
I wonder what Cornette's going to do with all those. He said he's transferring over a shit ton of like audio tapes from before you could record video at home. He had like audio cassettes of promos and matches and stuff like that. And then he said he also had said like he had like he's working on getting a bunch of negatives turned into like archival photo photo galleries, but I wonder like how's that stuff going to be available? Do you think he's going to I have to think he's going to charge for it, but I wonder how he'll make it available.
A slight weight advantage.
Tom
have a height
Zink.
advantage. Let's see how he does against Mike McGurk of the Animals. Not well so far. McGurk. Or McGurk and
yeah, the Tom McGee Bret Hart match is like it's one of those things where like if you're gonna have like the absolute match of your life, that was the time to have it because all the eyes were on that match with him and Bret. So like everything fell perfectly into place. He had somebody there who could carry him to like an epic match and then just nothing after that. So like he had his one shining moment that was like so good that it made Vince McMahon be like, oh my God, pal, we've got the next Hogan. And then just a completely like...
And Myers are a happy bunch, aren't they? They're just laughing, having a good time here.
Well, yeah, okay, we'll let it go at that. Happy, I'm not really sure they are exactly aware of everything that's going on, but that's okay, too. Down on the deck goes Robert. And
Tom Zink was I always thought of him as like an upper tier jobber kind of a lot of the time. But the main thing I remember about him now is that Tony Schiavone always kind of ball washes him and meat watches him.
McGurk off the ropes with a big foot right down on Robert. They have just absolutely not been in the match. I think that's safe to say. And Myers over on the outside of the ring snaps the head down on that top rope of Robert. After the tag, he squeezes through the ropes and goes after him. He's laughing up a storm. Ha, ha, ha. Wham!
Duke Myers picking Robert Bryant up by the hair, and he headbutts him.
Man, can you imagine how amazing that book would, like, well, it'd probably be like a series of books, but how good that, like, just the pictures in there that have, like, never been seen in, well, some of them had never been seen, but, like, at least not been seen, like, in a long-ass time.
Right down to the mat again. Referee stopped the tag temporarily. McGirt did not have one hand on the turnbuckle, which is
he
a rule.
moved down to the middle of the ropes, and the referee moved him back before that. He did that with no problem. And listen to him, club him down that back. And poor Robert down on the deck hard. And there's the tag on Randy. He makes it through, foot from the midsection.
That would be kind of interesting if they did it that way. I think they would have much more success marketing it if they did it that way.
He's popping, jabbing.
But would, like, the investment be worth it? Like, I'm not trying to be like a black pill here, but how much interest is there from, like, younger people, like younger wrestling fans, to go back and revisit Memphis, or even that, you know what I mean? Like, there aren't a lot of connections left to really old school wrestling. I mean, there are for this era, but I mean, like, eventually you reach a point to where people just kind of forget about everybody except for, like, a few key historical figures. And even then, I think even they just fall to the wayside.
Away, going after the animal, Mike McGirt. The referee moves Duke Myers away from the middle of the rope back to the corner as Randy came out with a little burst, and
what I'm saying is, I feel like there's a decent amount of older wrestling fans who for sure would have an interest in hearing those audio tapes and seeing those photos, but, like, if it takes forever to get them out, or if they try to, like, heavily gatekeep them or something, I just don't know that there's that much demand. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a burst indeed. He threw him right through the second rope. They call them the animals. Tag on Myers.
Bachelor party watching wrestling tapes. Well, yeah, because he was having orgies and shit on the side. He was ready to watch wrestling with the boys.
I was helping Bryant back in. He grabbed him by the hair and pulled him back into the ring. Randy makes the tag. Robert will be coming back.
I would definitely buy a book if it was a reasonable price on the audio things. I would definitely check them out. I mean, I'm definitely interested in them. What about putting them on just the audio only, like on his YouTube, and then making it like a tier for the membership?
4 minutes, 15 seconds deep into this one.
All four of them in now, and the Bryant pounding away to the midsection. Uh-oh. Had his concentration on McGirt, and Myers, the one that got him. A double DDT as he slams the head down. I've never seen it doubled up like that. 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be it. So the Bryants, totally subdued by the power of the animals, come out victorious, the animals do.
4 minutes, 38 seconds the time.
4:38 the time. We'll take time out, and we've got a 6-man match coming up in just a moment.
Sorry, I had to go get some more weed. I keep buying grams of elephant trunk, and I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and just get 1/8 of it.
Coming up down at the Coliseum Wednesday night, we want to pursue it just a little bit. One of the matches it's going to be, as a matter of fact, there will be 6 outstanding matches on the card. One of them is going to be a Mid-America bout against the international title, and then there's going to be an international tag title match where Sato and Goto will be going against Jeff Jarrett, and Billy Travis will be your partner, Jeff.
That's right, Lance. Billy was here before, and he held the international belt, Tojo.
He did.
He's going to be ready for you. There's nothing me and Billy would like better, Tojo, than to walk out with them belts. We'll see you Wednesday night. night, Tojo.
That's going to be interesting. Two good young wrestlers going after those international tag titles. Now, when that one's all over with, there's going to be a bull rope match where Jerry the King Lawler will be in there going against Dirty Rhodes on.
Here's the thumbnail.
Each end of that big bull rope.
Now, I'm sure, Lance, that Dirty Rhodes is sitting somewhere with a big smile on his face like a Cheshire cat because he thinks he's roped me into his kind of match.
You never lost one of these.
Well, I've never had one of these. So, you see, this is... That's right. As I see it, Lance, we're even. He's never lost one. I've never had one. This is going to be the first time that I've been in a bull rope match. But you see, I like this, I like this match, Lance, because every time in the past that I've had Dirty Rhodes...
Never drew a dime.
Just where I wanted him.
Sound like Mike Graham. Have you ever seen the Mike Graham shoot interview where he's constantly saying how nobody drew any money?
Either Don Bass has come in from the back or Dirty Rhodes has gotten away. Well, as you know, once we're strapped in there, he can't get any further away from me than 10 feet. And all I figure I have to do is reach out and pull him right back in like a big fish, Lance. And right in the middle of that rope is a big metal cowbell.
A big metal.
You're not kidding, brother. Now, he's out here moaning and groaning and complaining and crying about how I busted his head with that Coca-Cola bottle, right? Well, you just think, Dirty Rhodes, that's not even a smidgen, brother, of what that cowbell is going to do to you, because that cowbell won't break. That cowbell won't give like that glass bottle did. And when I get that fat head of yours down and start pounding it with that bell, brother, the blood's going to flow, and it ain't going to stop until I get good and ready. Wednesday night, you're going to get your first bull rope loss.
6-man tag.
Hey, if anybody's still watching from the Thorpeverse, is anybody heard from Matt? I haven't gotten any notifications about him streaming. I'm hoping he didn't get scooped up by ice, did he?
Team action coming up here. The Memphis Vice. Lou Winston and Jerry Bryant. Here they come right here.
Who else was putting asses in seats? The blowjob guys, believe it or not, I think were probably responsible for some tickets. Or at least if they weren't selling the ticket, they were like adding immense value. Like if you were on the fence about it, like I think all the blowjob guys probably drew. The heels, some of the heels.
They've got Bubba Monroe in their corner.
I think Dirty Rhodes is drawing money right now. He's been in a pretty hot angle now for, what, 2 or 3 months?
Confident bunch you will not find in the world, and those three right there. They are going against, though, the team. David Haskins, the Giant Hillbilly.
Giant Hillbilly is back again?
And the King, Jerry Lawler. Match the expiration of time. Jerry Calhoun, the referee in the ring right now. And let's see what happens as we get ready to go.
No, but I've seen a couple of his movies. Or movies that he was in. I can imagine.
With a 6-man match. Most of the time when you have one of these things, they start out rather peaceably, 1 against 1. This one may not, from the way it looks.
Giant Hillbilly in there running some folks around. Hey, look at it. I was looking for the billboards on the back of the Memphis Vice again. We got Jerry Bryant with Cool Breeze.
Cool Breeze.
Big Lou.
Mr. Everything.
Mr. Everything. We'll be starting. David Haskins and the very swift Jerry Bryant will be kicking it off. The Brawler over in the corner with the Memphis Vice. Nice reversal by David. Takes Jerry over on a hip toss. Dandy. Brawler will be exposed to a lot of confidence while he's their partner in the corner.
He will indeed. He may have trouble getting the tag just because they figure they've got it well in hand themselves. I don't know.
We've got a few minutes. I'm glad of that, at least to have for this match. Sometime we get down to our final bout, and we're about
a Canadian in deportation. Yeah, who knows? I feel like I haven't been getting my notifications lately when people go live. Like, I haven't gotten one for EFD in forever. I haven't gotten one for Matt. I think the only people I've gotten them for are the Thorpes and Ruby, pretty much.
out of time, but we do have a few minutes today, so we'll get some good, solid action going on right now in the ring. Look at that Haskins staying right on Bryant.
Boy, Haskins the last couple of months has really come on strong. He has developed some real agility. He can move in that ring. He's always had good size. Former collegiate football player, comes in at 235. In there against about a 243-pounder, and Lou Winston. David has just made the tag, and the King let him have it.
Well, we've got him in there, and I don't know that I've ever seen them wrestle together. I'm sure they have, but I don't recall it. Just picture if you put a goatee on David Haskins. Look how much he would look like Lawler. There's an amazing resemblance to them, and they're built just about alike.
They are.
Uh-oh, wrong part of town.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Big Lou makes the mistake.
Thanks, Lou.
Jerry Bryant away.
The Memphis Vice, Jerry.
I don't think this has been a bad episode per se, but I feel like it was just, this is like a cool down episode.
Bryant and Big Lou Winston. And the third man on this side is Bubba Monroe. Bubba the Brawler. The King in the ring with Big Lou and his partner.
We should say, too, that the Memphis Vice has a pinfall victory over Jerry the King Lawler.
Partners David Haskins and the Giant Hillbilly.
Lawler and Winston tied up right there in the center of the ring. Lawler sends it to the ropes, falls back, lets it go by, and he ran him right into the Giant Hillbilly in the corner. Ran right into 470 pounds. Lawler with a body slam on Lou Winston. Hillbilly backs up a couple of steps, sits down on him. That could wrap this one up. No, he doesn't go for the cover. He goes instead for the tag on David Haskins. Lou Winston stretches.
I didn't want the memory of Big Lou having a pinfall loss to Uncle Smelmer. Did I see the unhinged texts from Ruby yesterday? The more that's revealed about her, the more you're convinced Matt was just a sucker and did nothing wrong. No, I don't think I have. I don't think I saw anything from yesterday. Where were they at? On Grace's stream?
Back to the corner and makes the tag on Bubba Monroe, the Brawler. Bubba Monroe against David Haskins.
Or was it on Misunderstood? I'm not getting notifications for Misunderstood either.
The first fall of our expiration of time. It may very well be our only fall as Bubba Monroe with a good heel out of the corner follows it up with a right hand in the corner. And once again, Haskins. Dave's already told you this is a 235-pounder, not easy to throw around, but Monroe did a good job of it. Got a 2 count, whip across the ring, going for the backdrop, and he gets it. Dropped with an elbow, and he follows it up. 1, 2. And Monroe, for a youngster just beginning, really looking good right at the moment with David Haskins.
Sorry, I dropped my weed nug.
Trying to drive back to the corner, and the referee intercepts the Memphis Vice, but Lawler is caught by the referee. He didn't see the tag.
No, he didn't see it, but it was made. However, if the referee doesn't see it, it doesn't count.
I guess you could call that. He called it the.
That's not implicitly true, because we've definitely seen matches that were overturned after the fact. So it's not like, oh, something happened, but the ref didn't see it, so whatever. Like, come on. Be real, Dave.
The way he didn't see it.
Right.
Bubba Monroe with a front face lock on David Haskins, and the Giant Hillbilly suffers the same fate as Lawler. Lawler hollering, saying, open your eyes, for crying out loud.
Oh,
Give
wow.
Haskins a break.
Now, see, I like that. I think that's good.
2 legal tags. Here comes Lawler in without benefit of a tag, as well as the Giant Hillbilly. Bubba Monroe picks David up, hooks his leg, but the referee is over trying to get Bryant out of the arms of the Giant Hillbilly. Bubba Monroe says, come give me a count. I got him down, but he doesn't have him down. Now into a cradle. 1, 2, 3. Look at this.
Wow, so Haskins is in a match with Lawler and Giant Hillbilly, and he gets the pinfall victory? That's, wow, David Haskins.
What a move by Haskins. He was covered, but the referee was trying to get the Giant Hillbilly off of Jerry Bryant.
And the winners will be David Haskins, Jerry Lawler, and the Giant Hillbilly. It is, in fact, a winner
Bring the bell. 2 out of 3 fall. 2 out of 3 fall.
It is an expiration of
We don't
time.
need no TV commercial, baby. Let's go. We don't need to take no time. Ring the bell, boy. Get them back out here. Ring the bell. The Memphis Lights is not losing. We don't go down. I'm not afraid of Jarrett.
That Monroe guy is, I think he's the shits.
You think you can beat them? Get back in the ring with them. Well, they're so insistent and running their mouths off, and the only thing sometimes to do to stop a braggart like this Memphis Vice is call their bluff, and they're saying, we don't want any rest. We want to get back in there right now. Bring them back. We had that fall one. We were cheated out of it. Well, you heard all that going on. So we'll just ring. We do have another break. We're going to have to be careful about this.
Referee says, okay, let's go.
Second fall.
Yeah, Haskins, Lawler, and the Giant Hillbilly don't back up from anybody. Haskins starts against Bubba Monroe. Here's Jerry Bryant jumping in. Bryant and Lou Winston upset that they got beat.
We got a couple of minutes on our time, maybe a little more. We'll take a look at it here. But
what a flurry of arm drags from David Haskins. He's riding high after that big win.
If they wanted to go, let them go.
Tell you what, Haskins proving it was no fluke. He threw them all around that ring and ran them all out of there.
Yes, sir.
David Haskins, winner of the first fall, starter of the second fall. And now the Memphis Vice, Big Lou Winston, Jerry Bryant, and their partner, the brawler, Bubba Monroe.
Okay.
Having a meeting of the minds down here.
They're going to have more than that, brother, because they're meeting the King, who just took the tag from David.
Oh, here we go. King's in.
Jerry Bryant. Oh, look, strategy. Look, he's hanging back in the corner. Wants Lawler.
Ben in farmer overalls. I feel like that would be a weird. That'd be a weird thing.
To come after him, and he does.
He gets him in the
corner.
he's
got him in the corner. All 3 of them. But here come Haskins and the Giant Hillbilly. That's the way to break that up quickly. All 6 of them going at it.
He wasn't by himself very long before they got some folks in there together.
Look out. Here comes Don Bass and Larry Wright.
Oh, no, Larry Wright.
Yeah. Lawler, Haskins, and Giant Hillbilly are going to win it by DQ, but meanwhile, it's 5 against 3. Lawler knocked out of the ring.
The King disappeared from the ring. Oh, I think.
Looks like crash time. Oof.
Hey, what's up, Brian Turner's VHS? I like your channel name.
We got a ring full of trash up there.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. I saw him disappear. I said, what is this?
Yeah.
Is King leaving a fight like that? And as he started to leave, it's all over. We're not going to have time.
Hillbilly must dance.
We have come out here time and time again, and we have lost matches because somebody back in the dressing room come out and interfered with the Memphis Vice matches. Now, let me tell you something. I don't mind coming out here and getting beat 1, 2, 3. I don't mind giving a man a fair fight. Each week, week after week, time after time, we have somebody coming in and interfere in my matches and cause the Memphis Vice to get disqualified. So listen up.
Uh-oh. Are we back? What happened? Did it disconnect or what happened? I don't know what's going on. I'm very confused. Oh, I was gone for a minute? Oh. I think I noticed right as I was reconnecting. My bad. My bad. Anyway, did you hear what I said about the brand split? I think I think they should explore it anyway. But like if they do it and they do their best and it still doesn't work, then people can't complain anymore, you know? So, I mean, worst case scenario, even if it doesn't work out, in theory, people should drop the whole, like, this is why it's not working is because you're streaming together all the time. Oh, it froze up for a second. Yeah, I'm sorry.
We'll be back. Place when you got to do things like that.
You're absolutely right. You're talking about Pat Tanaka. The Ninja came out here, interfered in the match with Tanaka. He threw salt in his eyes, cost him the match. Next match, it was the Ninja going against Jeff Jarrett. Jeff holding his own, doing very well in the match, but Pat Tanaka said, I've had enough of this. He came out here with a handful of salt, threw it in the Ninja's eyes. Jeff Jarrett got the pin, so he said, you cost me a match, I cost you a match. We're even for the time being anyway.
Hey, Joe, were you here earlier when I said that I was looking through my Thorpe TV, like, offline archive of what I have that I haven't reviewed or whatever? And I think I'm 90% sure that I have the Skinny Dip stream. I've got a 5-hour stream from that era that's got Ben, Grace, and OPC hanging out on the dock at night.
Previously, as you mentioned, Tojo had interfered in the match. Sato and Goto defeating Excitement Incorporated, Rick McCord and John Paul. Tojo jabbed John Paul in the throat with that kendo stick. Then it was Big Bubba taking on Jim Jameson and Mike Murphy. No real contest here. None was really expected.
Was he implying that, like, Penta got the Tom McGee treatment? That whoever he worked with made him look that good?
Bubba just too huge, too powerful. He manhandled literally both of those guys in there. And as we pointed out during the match, he could have ended it just about any time he wanted to. He did take him 4 minutes and 39 seconds as he decided he was going to demonstrate that awesome power that he has. The Animals, new team, Duke Myers and Mike McGurk. They were impressive going against the Bryant brothers.
I was curious because it didn't seem like he was a big fan of, what did he call him in AEW? Outhouse? Penthouse or something like that? So I was wondering how he would react with him being outside of AEW.
Control the match for 4 minutes, 38 seconds, and the Animals do, in fact, get the victory. Then, 6-man tag action. We expected a good match. We got one. With the Giant Hillbilly, Jerry Lawler, David Haskins defeating the team of the Memphis Vice, Big Lou Winston and Jerry Bryant, and Bubba Monroe, the Brawler. The first match went to Haskins as he beat him right square in the middle of the ring. He hooked him down and was able to hold him after a reversal. Monroe had held him down for a long count that the referee did not see.
That's correct.
So Haskins...
You know what else I found, Joe, that probably maybe you and only a few other people would appreciate? You know that guy that wears the cross on his face or on his hat and shit that the Thorpes talk to sometimes? In the middle of a stream, he got into a insanely heated thing with this other guy for like a long time. Ben called it the craziest Thorpe TV segment like of all time. He thought that was the one that like went too far. But I found that one too.
Gets the win, and the team gets the win due to disqualification.
Is that SS? Is that SSI? I couldn't remember for sure. SSI is the only person besides EFD that YouTube has taken down a Thorpe Alert video on because of they deemed it to be too harmful.
In the last fall.
I think it was interesting following that too, Dave. Bryant and Big Lou came up complaining about people interfering in their match.
I'm a huge Penta fan. I think his matches are amazing. I don't know. There's just something about his style and his look and his aura that like, I don't know. I just think it all works.
Warned everybody.
Honestly, too, I'm happy that he's in there alone. I'm more interested in him as a singles wrestler.
They better look out for it. Hey, they're telling us we're almost out of time. Until next week, we'll see you. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell, bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah, my curation isn't always good, but at least like that's something for me, like when I'm high and I'm trying to figure out what to do, I could just like waste an hour. So at least you come here and you know it's going to be at least hopefully something mildly interesting or bizarre. I found the clip too that I never posted where Grace is telling Ben that I would be the perfect third wheel for the RV to come, and I would keep him chilled out. And then Ben says his dream lineup for the RV is him, Grace, me, and EFD.
great group with us today. Welcome to you, the Championship Wrestling. I'm Dave Brown. Lance Russell
Hold on a second. What's going on here? Is this Tony Falk?
is taking the day off today. He's on vacation. He will be back with us next week. But joining me today, Ron Olson.
Good to be here, Dave. Yeah.
Ron Olson. I don't know if I'm from... I don't recognize that name right off the bat.
All right, great. It's a pleasure to be in, filling in. I've always wanted to do this. We're going to have a good time today. Dave, we got some great action coming up today.
All right, who's going to be here?
Well, we got Jerry the King Lawler will be here, Big Bubba, Sato, Gooto.
There's actually I have a lot of clips of Grace talking about me just for my own personal archive, but I don't post them because I think it'd be weird, but I would like to do like a complete compilation sometime of Grace going from like the first time she talks about me where she calls me a stalker and that I'm spending hours and hours watching her and she doesn't understand it. She's like, I just want to know what the interest is. But going from that to like where we are now, there's a lot of interesting exchanges between Grace and I in the chat.
Roads and Bass, and I think the sheep herders are coming back today.
Oh, you're right. Jonathan Boyd has a new, I think he's his cousin, new sheep herder who's going to be joining him today. First time back around in a long time. He will be here. In addition to that, as you know,
I don't think Grace will have any shortage of problems creating her own conflict if she really wants conflict.
Have this super big match, the Battle Royal, 20 men involved, and Ron is holding right here $5,000 in cash.
If I was going to use a Grace clip as a trailer, it would be the one where she it was when she was doing the very demure, very mindful era, and she went on like this big speech about how I saw her the way that she wants to be seen and all this kind of stuff. That would be the Glaze reel.
$5,000 in cash will be awarded today to the winner of this Battle Royal coming up in just a few minutes right here on Championship Wrestling.
It's going to be hot.
$5,000 to the winner. That's the big match. There are more besides that. You stay with us. We'll be back and underway with it in just a moment. Opening match of the day set.
Oh man, it was that stream too. It was a whiteboard stream, I'm pretty sure, but Grace says in the video that she can't wait to watch my review of it so that I can talk about how good the background looks, but she's dead on. The way that stream is framed is fantastic.
To go here in the ring, you can see him right there, Bubba Monroe, the brawler, son of the legend Sputnik Monroe. Here comes his opponent right here, the one and only King, Jerry Lawler. 10-minute time limit match coming up here. Bubba Monroe wrestles out of Alexandria, Louisiana, weighs in at about 238 pounds. Lawler from Memphis, Tennessee. That's the Southern Heavyweight Championship.
I've also got a clip from that guy Slothy Heads. I don't know if you remember him. I watched him one time during the Boyd Talent Show, but I watch him all the time off stream. And for some reason, he's talking to the camera, and somebody tells him that he should get he's not feeling well, so he should get some chicken soup. And they're like, chicken soup is good for the soul. And he's like, chicken soup is good for the soul? No, Mark Fusion is good for the soul. It was such a weird comment, but it's really funny.
Belt. He just handed to the referee, which has been handed out of the ring now for safekeeping. This is a non-title match, by the way, but Lawler does own that belt. Lawler out of Memphis, Tennessee at 234.
Lawler wearing a snappy outfit today, Dave. Looks great.
I typically don't listen to complete shows anymore of Cornette because so many of them are reviews that I'm not interested in. So I usually listen to clips, so I avoid most of his political stuff.
Jump by Bubba Monroe as the bell sounds. Jerry was saying something to the referee. And Bubba Monroe jumping. Lawler off the rope. He's got the shoulders down. The counts at 2-3. Got him. Mercy. Ron, it was 22 seconds of action. Let's take a look at it as the King wraps it up. There he is on the middle rope. He comes off of there with the smash. Right
Incredible.
On Bubba Monroe.
Kurt Angle versus Tony Falk. I'm gonna lose my shit, Joe.
Lightning quick. Jerry King the best. He's great. That's hot.
Is that for real?
Bubba's got a long way to go to get like Dad, I guess.
Well, he sure does. I tell you what, he made Lawler mad is what happened. And you better be careful when you jump the king, and that's what happened there. 22 seconds, the time on it. That one was over so quick. Let's just go on to this next match.
What's up, Simply Sick?
Here, Jerry Garman and Benny Traylor stepping up there.
Remember when Kurt Angle got so offended about the crucifixion in ECW? He was such a douchebag about that. I'll never forget that. Oh, I was very offended. I couldn't believe my eyes. I told Paul Heyman, "You dare put me on video in this abomination? You'll hear from my lawyers."
There right now. There's going to be a handicap match, Ron.
I'll bet. Here comes the handicap now.
Big Bubba. Boy, I tell you, this guy is out of Miami, Florida. He weighs in at 407 pounds. He stands 6'7". And he is awesome, as you can see.
Awesome's an understatement. This guy is huge.
He is going 2 against 1 here. Both.
That's about equal. That'll match up pretty close. And Big Bubba.
Well, sounds, and here we go. Also, Big Bubba handed out, Ron, over on the table, you'll notice there are 2 belts, the International
Mods, ban anyone posting links in the chat.
Heavyweight belt and the Mid-America belt. He has both of them right now.
Oh, double drop kick.
Trying a double drop kick did not work. Big Bubba backed up about a half step and just let him fall to the mat. Ooh.
You don't want to make this guy too mad.
Look at that. It's like a brick wall. It's incredible. We have just been amazed at the strength and the size, but especially the strength of Big Bubba since he first walked in here a few weeks ago. Now, 1 behind, 1 in front of him. Let's see if that works. No way. Big Bubba still in control.
Wow. Oh, these guys are playing for a 5-minute time limit right now.
I just like to say mods ban everybody sometimes as a tribute to Wings.
Tell you what, yeah,
whose personal streams, by the way, Wings of Redemption's personal streams are so depressing now.
You're right. This is a 10-minute time limit match. Big Bubba with the clothesline just dropped him in his tracks. Garman and Traylor, a couple of young wrestlers who are real battlers. They've gone against some rugged competition, and they have given a good account of themselves.
Oh, my God.
They're just going against incredible...
Whoa! Like that... Wow.
Power here in Big Bubba. Bubba with the chop. Garman and Traylor really not having a very good time of it at all from the opening bell. Traylor around behind him. Big Bubba just turns and throws him about halfway across the ring.
A lot of power and strength right there, Dave. A lot of power. A lot of power.
Look at that Traylor trying to pick Big Bubba up. He didn't even move him off his feet. Big Bubba picks him up in the air.
Watch the lights. Watch the lights.
He drops him down on top of his partner. And now Big Bubba.
Watch the lights.
But just kind of sits down on him. Shoulders down on one. Kind of 2 and 3.
Wow.
A minute, 69 seconds. Just under 2 minutes. Garman and Traylor both pinned by the awesome Big Bubba. There he goes as he walks out of the ring. Boy, I tell you what, have you ever seen anything like it?
No, and the crowd's hollering fat, so you don't want to say it to his face.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Big Bubba, that's trouble right there. It's a big...
Does anybody know anything about this guy? What was his name? Ron Oliver?
Big man.
Big Bubba gets the win. The King got the win in 22 seconds. A minute 59 for Big Bubba's victory. We've got more championship wrestling action, which is going to be coming up. Right now, I want to see if I can get Eddie Marlin out here. Here's Eddie right here. Eddie, come on out.
Oh, bullshit. Eddie Marlin.
Hello, sir. Listen, you have put together something very interesting. I want to talk about just a little bit and talking about dream matches on a dream card, which is coming up.
That's right, Dave. A few years ago, we put together a dream match card, and the people really enjoyed it, and I did too.
Yeah, I did too.
There was some outstanding matches, so I went around to each one of the wrestlers that's in this area now, and I asked them if they could name their dream match, would they participate in the other dream matches?
I was thinking probably like a local news person of some kind. I think people were saying Dave Brown was the weatherman, so it wouldn't be surprising.
So that way you get them signed that way,
Everybody went for it, and we signed it. and it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to wrestling in this area.
All right, and a lot of the guys are going to be involved in it, the top wrestlers in several, not just one dream match we're talking about now, we're talking about several dream matches on the card.
It's a bunch of dream matches, and boy, some of them had some weird dreams.
We'll be talking more about that in just a little bit later on. Thanks, Eddie. Congratulations on getting all of it signed. Back with more Championship Wrestling right here.
I like it when Wings goes from literally in the course of like 10 minutes of his stream, he'll go from I can't afford to keep doing this. I have to donations have to come in. I can't keep doing this. This is hell on earth. And then like a couple minutes later, when somebody calls him out on something, he'll bring up how much money he has and all his rental properties and all this kind of shit. Like, it's crazy. Like, he wants you to feel sorry for him and give him money, but then he also wants to like dunk on you that he's making bank on YouTube from LolCow Live too.
In a moment.
Whoa.
Great championship wrestling coming up Thursday, November the 13th. Wrestling action in Owensboro.
EFD. Was he that real? Okay, just throwing this out there. Was he really that quick? Or was it because Boogie was literally an immobile object? Wouldn't anything have looked fast compared to the way Boogie was moving?
Kentucky at the Davis County High School, a super night of wrestling action there. On Thursday, November the 20th, wrestling action is coming to Mount Washington, Kentucky with the All-Star Wrestling card. And December the 11th, that's on a Thursday, wrestling in Fern Creek, Kentucky. Hey, we want to tell you, attention all you fans around the area, wrestling action coming up Wednesday night, a dream match card of championship wrestling, 6 dream matches, including Jerry Lawler's dream match, Dirty Rhodes, Sato and Gooto, Jarrett, just a bunch of them. You will also see on.
Wait a minute. When they said dream matches, I think like, oh, it's the stuff the fans want to see. They're like, oh no, we asked Jerry Lawler who he'd like to wrestle, and he said it's gonna. Well, I mean, wouldn't you pick somebody like Tony Falk that you could beat really easy?
That card Wednesday night, the New Zealand Sheep Herders against Billy Travis and Wildfire Tommy.
Get out of here. Billy Travis. Travis, you seen what happened to you, and the people are going to see what happened to you, too. I've got one of my other cousins with me now, and he's bigger than bloody Rip. He's tougher than Rip.
Man, here's that guy from, what was that? What do they call him? Wheeler and Cash. He looks like the bald guy from that.
And he's going to be bloody hurting people. You went and got Tommy Rich as a partner. Well, I'm going to show you what a dream match night is all about.
Mr. Stinky Brew.
Because there's one more match on that card, and it's going to be a bloody nightmare. Do you understand that? It's going to be your nightmare, Travis, because you did a no-no. You put your bloody nose in Sheepherder's business, and every fan that's watching in Evansville, and I don't care where it is, you don't do that. See, we're here to make bloody Yankee dollars, and to do that, we're going to smash Yankees' heads in, and this is what I got to smash them in with. I've got my ability, and I've got his brawn, and with both of us in the ring at the one time, there's devastation, and devastation means injuries. Injuries mean hospital insurance, and hospital insurance means you're going to bloody hospital. Rich and Travis.
Wow. I mean, energy, wow. I mean, I liked his promo. I don't know about the eye makeup, kind of threw me off. I don't know. It kind of made him seem like a goof, but that guy had you can't deny the energy.
Well, a moment ago, we were talking to Eddie Marlin about the dream matches, which have been signed. Let's give you a few more details about those dream matches. One of the guys who's going to be participating in one of them is none other than Jarrett. We have some comments from Jerry, and here's what he has.
Pope Lonergan cracks me up because he talks so much shit, and then when he gets on there, he'll glaze Ben and Grace like endlessly. He's such a pushover. He's a fan. Like, he's such a fan that when he gets on there, he can't hold Ben like to the fire because he's too much. You know what I mean? It's just really obvious that he's like a huge fan.
Has to say about his dream match.
Nothing wrong with that. I think it's fine. I just think it's funny to see him when he's all worked up in the chat, and then like how soft he is when he's on the panel.
Well, Eddie told me what Tojo's dream match was. It was me and him in the ring and a kendo stick up the pole and all of his lumberjacks around the ring, the Ninja and Sato and Gooto and Dirty Rhodes, I think. And I think that kind of reflects a lot in the character of Tojo. Tojo, what you've told the people is, and makes me kind of proud, it's told them that you don't think you have a chance against me, man to man, one-on-one. And that tells me something about what's in your head and what you think. Makes me feel real good. Eddie's asked me what my dream match is, and I guess if there is a truly American form of combat, it's either boxing or wrestling.
It's pretty nice of Brian Adams to cut this promo while he's in the studio recording a new album.
And Tojo's already told the whole world, Eddie Marlin and everybody else, that he won't ever give me a single one-on-one wrestling match. So the next best thing to that, as far as I'm concerned, Tojo, is a boxing match. Because I think you'll be about as helpless in boxing gloves as a man could be. That'd be my dream match. Just me and you, Tojo, in the ring, and you with boxing gloves on. I'd like to see you chop with them. If I can get that match, I'll be real happy.
All right.
So it's going to be a kendo stick up a pole match surrounded by Yamamoto's bodyguards. And then Yamamoto has to wear boxing gloves so that he can't karate chop.
The dream match of Jarrett, Tojo Yamamoto, you were listening to what he had to say there,
Yes,
and the dream match has been signed.
I tell you what, he said that if you win the match, the boxing match, I'll say that, American, pledge?
Pledge of Allegiance, that's
I'll
right.
never say, I don't care, even though I die, but I won't say the American Pledge of Allegiance. You understand?
He said he'll die rather than say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Well,
but my dream match, you know what is my dream match?
What is your dream match?
My dream match is get the pole up, put the kendo stick on top there, because Jerry...
Hey, you know what my match is? Get the pole up there.
Jarrett cannot run away. And with the lumberjack, I want Mr. Rhodes, I want Don Bass, I want Mr. Gooto, and I want Akio Sato to be the lumberjack.
You want your own lumberjacks.
That's right. That's my biggest dream match.
Well, that's a dream match, and that's what it's all about, the wrestler's dream match. You've heard of Jarrett's, you've heard Tojo's. Let's go over to Ron Olson and see about Jeff Jarrett's dream match.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Oh, look at this dream jacket he's
Tell us about
got
the
on.
dream match. Okay, Ron. Tojo, I want you to listen up real good. Now, they've asked me to dream up my own match, and I've got one. Now, Tojo, I know your boys want them belts real bad, and you got them, but I want them too. So I want you in a title match, and you've been bothering in our matches every time we're in there. Well, in this match, you're going to be in a cage outside the ring, and you're going to have to watch it. I'm also going to have two referees, and one of the referees is going to be Eddie Marlin. So here.
Look at Eddie Marlin. Once again, this guy cannot keep himself from... He has to always stick his nose into the wrestling matches. Remember when Eddie Marlin was just the matchmaker and we'd only hear from him at times when it was appropriate? He wasn't always interjecting himself. He should be fucking fired. Get Eddie Marlin out of here.
It'll be a dream match then. That's right.
Fire Eddie Marlin.
It's going to be somebody who wants them belts just as bad as I do, and he also wants you, Tojo. And the partner's going to be Paul Diamond.
Whoa!
All right, that's Jeff Jarrett. Sato and Gooto, they're dream.
I've got to use it, man. TNA takes down some of my videos, even these old Memphis ones, if they show Jeff Jarrett for some reason.
Look, he was gone. What happened to him? He's not going to come back. His leg is deteriorating. He's dying from the cancer.
His leg is better. We'll have a word from Paul Diamond later on. You two guys have a separate
dream match, and you pick former drug addict Paul Diamond?
Dream match, separate from Tojo's. Do they want to have a comment?
Let me tell my dream match. I want to get the goof that Eddie Martin in ring. Me and Gooto, Mr. Tojo, three of us against Eddie Martin and the Jeff Jarrett.
You want three against two?
Yeah. If we pin them, they gotta shave their head.
Loser of the fall gets his head shaved. Is that it? That's their dream. Well, that's an interesting dream match, Ron.
You know who's gonna lose that fall, don't you? Tojo. He's already fucking bald. They can just cheat. They can They could cheese that one.
What about Eddie? What does Eddie have to say?
Eddie, they're talking about losing hair.
That's right. You know, we had to agree to this match, you know, like I told Dave earlier before. But, you know, a few years ago, I had to referee a match here.
If we could get Eddie Marlin in this era getting his head shaved by Joe LeDuc, I don't think it could get any better than that.
Here, in the area, and I used a tire buddy that the truck drivers use to check the tires. Now, I'll just bring that tire buddy down with me, and if I have to use it, I don't think they'll get their dream match, because I don't think they'll be in shape to wrestle.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. The dream match, Dave.
Shaping up for quite a night. Another man who has a dream match is Dirty Rhodes. What's your dream match?
Well, as you can tell, Davey Brown.
Well, I mean, I'm not an Eddie Marlin fan, but I mean, his dream is just let me take a tire iron into the ring. That's a pretty effective one.
From Eddie Marlin's statements there that the referee in this area is kind of weak. Every time I get that Jerry Lawler that title match, he's got one of his friends out there, mainly that referee Calhoun, who's his best friend, or he's got his hand in Jerry Lawler's pocket or something. I don't know, but probably a little of both. What I would like to have is I don't want...
How is this not a figure? How is this Dirty Rhodes not a figure? This would be an ideal, like, Mattel Ultimate Edition.
No special stipulations. All I'd just like to have is just a bull rope match with Lawler's title on the line and a special referee who will referee right down the middle. And I know a man just for that job, and he's an honest, truthful man, and he's a square referee, brother. His name is Don Bass.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you want your tag team partner
There you go. He just wants a straight-up match with his best friend as the referee.
to be the special honest referee. That's your...
He's honest, brother. He's honest as the day is long. I can testify to that.
Ron, what does the King say about that?
Jerry, what do you think about all that?
Well, yeah, as Eddie Marlin said, you know, they came to us and they asked if we would agree to be in somebody else's dream match, if we could get our own stipulations. So it looks like that's what the match is going to be. My Southern title, the bull rope match against Dirty Rhodes with Don Bass refereeing. But I got a dream match of my own that we're going to have following that. You know, he and Don Bass do have those Southern heavyweight tag team titles right now. And I want a shot at those tag team belts. And we're going to have that. We're going to have a Southern tag team title match. I don't want any disqualification. I don't want any time limit on it. And I want a special partner in this match. I want somebody that's big and somebody that's bad and somebody that can handle these two jerks and just watch my back so that I don't have to worry anything about it. And I want to bring him out here right now, somebody that I think that they thought they had under their thumb, but I got a very special partner in this tag team match. If I can bring out Big Bubba for just a second here.
Yeah, just the bull rope and a giant cowbell.
No, he ain't coming over there, Dirty Rhodes. He's going to be right here.
Wait. Before you get started, Lawler, I want these people to understand here. I want you to put them straight as to why I'm here and what I'm doing here. The fact is that since I've come here, I've become a belt collector.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I want you, in your own words, to explain the whole situation and the stipulations.
Yeah, I do want
Fred Ottman, the original belt collector.
everybody to realize, so that you will know, Dirty Rhodes, that this is strictly a business agreement, and that's the way I like it. We're not going to stand out here and try to tell anybody that we're big buddies or we're big pals. This is strictly a business agreement. He has asked Eddie Marlin for a shot at my Southern heavyweight title, and I told him that if he would agree to be my partner in this tag title match, that within 30 days, I'll give Big Bubba a shot at the Southern title. And the way he figures it, 30 days from now, he's going to have the Mid-America, the International, the Southern Tags, and the Southern Heavyweight Championship. But the way I figure it is, first things first, and right now in this match, we're looking at the Southern Tag Team titles to be around my waist and the waist of Big Bubba. That's my dream.
Ooh, wow.
Gonna be hot.
So-headed fat boy man will never had a belt.
Who's going to be able to, if they could get the titles, I mean, they'd be a really hard team to beat, Lawler and Big Bubba.
To his life, unless it's for me. He don't even have enough sense to think on his own. Bubba, you better change your mind. That Lawler's up to some cheap tactic. You're right,
What a
brother.
scene.
It's a business, some serious, risky business.
Well, it's going to be quite a night. You have heard, boy, and Eddie was right. Some of the dream matches are a little bit strange, but they're all very, very interesting. It is going to be quite a night. Don't miss it. Don't miss the action we got coming up right here.
Are you talking about back in this time, Showtime? In the territory days, it was pretty much like it was business. You know, you went where the money was, and there was a lot of like backstabbing and stuff like that. So I don't think so. It was kind of a situation too where like even if you parted ways badly, you could always like by the time you loop back around, you could get back in somebody's good graces. So I don't think there was the concept of selling out. Now, some people did take offense to whenever people jumped ship to Vince because they knew that Vince was going to try to like snuff out the territories. So at that point, yeah, definitely. And then like ECW fans hated when their people would leave to go to WWF. That's where the "you sold out" thing started, I think.
Kiyo Sato, Tarzan Goto, Dirty Rhodes, Tojo Yamamoto all headed up to ringside right now. They should be joined by Don Bass to go in an 8-man tag team match. The first of 2 8-man tag matches scheduled today on Championship Wrestling. Excitement Incorporated, Rick McCord, John Paul, David Haskins, and Jim Jameson on the other side of the ring. Don Bass, by the way, has joined them in their corner. And as soon as the referee can get sorted out who is going to be starting and remind them that it's supposed to be one at a time in the ring, or one at a time for each team. And we are ready to go.
Time, Davey.
No, I don't think he was. I think we talked about him though while we were watching it.
That was great. Get ready for an 8-man tag team match. Anytime we have an 8-man match, be ready because they usually end up with lots of people in the ring at the same time. Wow. That is John Paul in here against Big Don Bass. Don weighs in at 302 and he tags his equally heavy partner, Dirty Rhodes.
This is exciting, Dave. This is a pleasure to be here today. It's a lot of fun. Really exciting. Good to see it up close and personal here today.
Indeed. We're glad to have you along. In case you joined us late, Ron Olson is joining us today. Lance Russell is on vacation. He will be back next week. Tarzan Goto. He's the one with the hard head. Against Rick McCord. Rick McCord out of Salem, Virginia. Nice move by Rick. McCord go. He puts Goto down to the mat. Over to the corner, makes the tag on David Haskins.
I actually ended up going back after I saw that. I was like, that is a pretty, like, I feel like that is something that, like, is worth clipping. But I was like, I struggled with how much of it to include. But I think I found, like, a sweet spot where it has, like, a beginning and an end, kind of. And at least you have context for everything that they're saying, however you feel about it.
Haskins.
Dave, I think Dirty Rhodes just said something about my mother.
Oh, well, Dirty Rhodes is always...
Yeah, we all remember your theory about the e-girl and the syphilis and all that shit.
Making comments to the crowd and to us and all of that. He's a rugged individual.
Okay, you don't have to tell me if you know who it is, but do you know who the e-girl is, or do you have like a suspicion at least, or you just know it's some e-girl?
We certainly don't take anything away from him as far as his ability and also his ability to bend the rules.
Dirty Rhodes is just some guy that looks like Dusty Rhodes, so they called him Dirty Rhodes.
There's David. That's Jim Jameson. Oh, Goto caught him. He got him with a foot right in the rib cage.
Jameson getting pounded.
Or I should say, was it Zay-Zooted? Could you confirm or deny that it was Zay-Zooted?
High in the air, dumped on his back. Boy. This Dirty Rhodes. Show no mercy sometimes. He makes a tag on Big Don Bass. Don Bass out of Arkansas, Dirty Rhodes out of Austin, Texas.
Don Bass obviously an aerobics nut too, Dave.
Wow, did he unload on Jim Jameson. He popped him with a right hand that lifted him right off the canvas.
Unloaded all over the
diet now too.
You're right. I don't think he's been on a diet for a long time. Jameson, next snap, he's down on the floor. Tojo down here with a kendo stick.
Calhoun's got his hands full with this match, I'm telling you. He's got a lot to watch. A lot to watch.
Basketball game has 10 men involved on the court. They have 3 referees. This match has 8 men, and we've only got 1. Gives you an idea of some of the responsibility that Jerry Calhoun's are facing right now. Tag made by Akio Sato. Don Bass right there to nail Jameson. This might be it. Thompson 1 and 2, 3. It's over. Well, it was just too much power over on that left side of the ring. The team of Akio Sato, Tarzan Goto, Dirty Rhodes, and Don Bass working on Jim Jameson. Jameson had a rough way to go in there. The time on it, 2 minutes, 36 seconds, and they get the victory. We'll be back in just a moment.
Like, I understand you can't go a million miles an hour all the time, but we were on such a high, and I feel like now I feel like it's just like a natural cool down, but like, I'm just like, I'm dying to get another like blood-soaked studio brawl. I need a fix.
Championship Wrestling, Thursday, November the 13th at the Davis County High School in
EFD.
Owensboro, Kentucky. A big card there. The Jarretts will be on that card. Sato, Goto, and Tojo, a super card in Owensboro, Kentucky. Then on Thursday, November the 20th, wrestling in Mount Washington, Kentucky, a super show there of Championship Wrestling. You will see on that card Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, a big lineup of professional wrestling.
Tojo Yamamoto, they are similar in some ways. I guess Michael Myers.
Then on Thursday, December the 11th, wrestling in Fern Creek, Kentucky. We want to tell you once again about the great action of Championship Wrestling Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum, bell time 8 o'clock.
How do you arrive? Like, I promise you I'm not clowning you, Showtime. I genuinely want to know, because I want to understand you as a Thorpe viewer. How do you arrive at, say, what makes you say 35% specifically?
We already told you about the dream.
I don't even think that it happened, but if you asked me, I think I would say it was like 50-50. It either happened or it didn't. Like,
match card coming up Wednesday night, some super action. You also see Goliath against Tracy Smothers. Billy Travis and Tommy Wildfire Rich will be going.
Do you think the way Lala was looking at Ben is the way Lala was looking at Grace whenever she was flicking the bean on FaceTime or whatever?
After the Sheep Herders, then all the great dream matches will take place in this great Championship Wrestling card Wednesday night in Evansville.
One of the most rugged tag teams ever, or a couple of the most rugged tag teams ever in the territory, the Sheep Herders with Jonathan Boyd, who has many cousins, and he has another one with him here.
That's right. Everyone's
Jonathan
seen
Boyd?
Rip and everyone's seen Luke. And this is my cousin Bigfoot. He's one of the biggest of the bloody sheepherders, and we all know why the sheepherders are here, don't we, Yanks? We're here to beat your Yankee bloody brains in, stomp your faces in.
Wait, are these... I'm sorry, are these the animals? I know one of the animals was bald and the other guy wasn't, but that's not the same team as this, is it? That bald guy didn't seem nearly this lively.
We're not here to kiss your bloody Yankee wrestlers on the lips. We're here to rip their bloody lips off. Do you understand that? Can you hear me yet? You better bloody hear me, but your wrestlers...
Well, I hope that he didn't get syphilis, but I hope that he did bang a cam girl, because why not?
They're going to be doing a lot of screaming in that ring when we take all of their stinking bloody throats. And
this is the Sheep Herders. Okay.
we choke them down, and they're going to...
All right, so we saw them a while ago, and I was thinking that it was the Bushwhackers or the Sheep Herders.
We're going, please, sheep herders, please don't hurt us. And we are. We're going to hurt you, Yanks. We're going to hurt every last one of you. But first of all, we want everybody to learn the sheep herder poem, because I think you must have forgotten it. And it goes like this. You fans have seen the wrestling game's best. Men from all nations with hair on their chests. Some you've admired, and some you've hated. And some are so lousy, they just didn't rate, Yanks, of course. But who's the greatest of all presidents for us? It's the kids from down under that roll them up. Who are the...
I mean, if that's the part of the story that's true, none of the other stuff. But if it just happens to be that Ben used Thorpe TV donos to get laid with a cam girl, so what? It's their money. Like, You know, I guess you can be like, oh, I'm not going to donate anymore if he's paying for pussy, but, you know, whatever. It's to me, it's their money, whatever they want to do.
These men are set free. Where's the bloody sheepers? That's their name. And you know what?
Boy, great poetry there. Thanks.
Hey, Jerry Lawler, Billy Travis, anybody on that side?
Yeah, the Royal Kangaroos. Now, I didn't know that any affiliation, but that name I definitely remember from hearing like either Cornette or like other old school podcasts or shoot interviews.
Anybody who wants to put their name on the dotted line, we'll make dots out of their faces, and we won't use pins to do it, because we'll...
Define intimately engaged. Because we know that they've had like video erotic play.
use this, and we'll use this, and we'll go dot, 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 dot.
All right, Jonathan, the sheep herders on their way to the ring right now. They've got a match coming up here with a couple of guys who are going to give them a battle, I guarantee you. One fall, 10-minute time limit match coming up. Ron?
It's going to be wild. Jonathan Boyd with Bigfoot against Randy and Robert Bryant. One fall, 10-minute time limit. The sheep herders are back.
They are back indeed. Jonathan Boyd, as I said, has more cousins than just about anybody I know, and they all appear to be quite big and a little strange looking. This guy, I don't know, Bigfoot he calls him. I remember Rip and a couple of the others. They were something else. And
The Australian thing,
the same mold.
The Australian thing is pretty hot these days with the Crocodile Dundee and...
That's true. Here we go.
Bell time. Here we go. Let's see how they do from the land down under.
They're out of New Zealand, Jonathan Boyd and his partner Bigfoot, the sheep herders.
Bigfoot.
The Bryants, meanwhile, out of Bartlett, Tennessee, Randy and Robert.
This guy, he's got some Ivan Koloff vibes.
Jonathan Boyd with a headbutt.
It's been a while since Jonathan's been in Memphis.
Yes,
town.
I just don't think that if Ben Thorpe, okay, I understand Ben's not famous, but he's definitely in the sector. He's a known entity. If he had hooked up with an e-girl, there is no way there wouldn't have been like leaks, because people would have been like, are probably actively seek out stuff like that. So I just think if it would have happened, we would have heard something. Somebody would have said something or had some like DMs or something.
It's been a while. He's been around the territory, but it has been several months. Jonathan Boyd over in the corner. Ooh, Bigfoot with a big clothesline.
Have you asked Ben directly on stream to answer whether or not he has within the last, let's say, one calendar year paid for a sexual experience with a cam girl?
Robert Bryant down on the mat.
Going up.
If we phrase it like that, I think we might be able, even if he just paid to like sext with somebody, he might agree to it. If you narrow it down, you want to keep it broad so that you can get a wider response of potential positives.
Off the middle rope. Jonathan Boyd over in the corner calling for a tag, and he gets it.
What do you mean? He's been referencing BJ's more often than before?
Boyd comes in, Bigfoot holding him up.
Showtime, you need to watch some Coopers, man.
Bryant. Hit with a right fist a couple of times. Boyd threatening the referee.
Watch out.
Guy is vicious, Ron. He always has been, and he certainly has not improved his disposition in his absence over the last few months.
One mean, ugly man. I'm telling you right now. One mean, ugly man.
Over close to the Bryant's corner, a tag is made, and Randy Bryant will be coming in. Boyd not wanting to break the hold on Robert Bryant. He's not the legal man in there now. Finally, referee gets the hold broken, and Randy.
I don't watch the Lol Cow shows anymore. I've completely sworn them off, but I hate Glammy Lammy. I think she's terrible. I don't understand why anybody would put her on camera. Like, if you want to have your own channel, like, I get that. But, like, the idea that she could be the host of any show, I don't understand it. Like, I don't get it at all.
Wades into the battle.
I like the idea of a show that's centered around milkers. If the show was actually legitimately focused on showcasing, appreciating, exploring milkers, then I'd be cool with that. Any mafia stuff would probably be a bonus.
I'm not sure that was a wise move.
Boyd very, very unpredictable, too. Unpredictable. Headbutt. Yes.
He's to the corner, and here's Bigfoot coming in. The chant of USA.
Yeah. These fans were so patriotic, Dave Brown could not ignore them.
At the New Zealand team of Boyd and Bigfoot.
It's your first real look at Bigfoot today.
He's much taller than Boyd. Both weigh, if anything, Boyd will weigh a little bit more than he does, though. Both of them big guys. Boyd standing right on the guy's chest, holds him down. Count is 2 and 3. And the Sheepherders have third notice. They are back. Jonathan Boyd still working on Randy Bryant. After the bell sounds, Boyd continues to punish him. The other one jumps in there.
Jerry Calhoun losing control in there again.
The Sheepherders with that weird chant they've got.
Dude, thank you. Whoever this new announcer is, thank you for at least calling that out, and saying, Jerry Calhoun has no business being an official. He is constantly just letting people do whatever they want to. He turns a blind eye to his favorites. I thank you, what's his name? Ron Oliver? What the fuck is Lol Cow Cafe? I heard that in the background one time when I was just kind of cruising through, and I was like, Lol Cow Cafe, and I messaged Grace and I was like, have you seen Lol Cow Cafe?
They have won the match, 2 minutes, 24 seconds. The time on it, Jonathan Boyd and Bigfoot. Sheepherders back in the territory. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Wait, Keem is on it, and it's live right now. Is the Lol Cow Universe thing just a friend simulator for Keemstar so that he always has someone that he can go and talk to and get glazed by? Is that what this is all really about? Life, Joe Shabatoni, would you have suspected when that first Lol Cow Live episode dropped that there would be 40 shows, that all these people would have been I knew that obviously there would probably be a ton of drama and hurt feelings and betrayals and stuff, but I never thought he would come out with 15 other shows, just one consecutively worse than the previous one. I just would have never thought. Is this a battle royal? Are we really going to see a battle royal? We haven't seen one all year, I swear. I don't think we've had a single battle royal on the TV show. No way it's going to be a battle royal. Tina, sometimes, not all the time. I don't like her lives on her personal channel. They're just a bunch of camless people.
It works over the top.
All right, what do you think? Make your pick. I'll pause for 5 seconds. I think I'm just gonna say Lawler just to be safe. Jarrett is in there.
So, yeah, he's gone. He's out of there.
Oh, you're back in Canada now. Keeps going, and he keeps making these shows over and over, making more shows. Eventually, it is going to get down to Lol Cow Degenerates with myself, Vegan Patriot, and the Foot Girl. Oh, man. Hold on. Hang on. Well, what is going on here? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Is this back up or no?